Some of you were told you were special growing up, but somehow reality didn't catch up with that promise, did it? Somehow something happened where all the expectations you had from life went out the door, and by the end of this video, you'll have a clear understanding of what parts of your life make you mediocre, and maybe it'll be the wake-up call that you need. Let's see how many of these you can relate to. Here are 15 signs you are just like everyone else. Welcome to Alux. Number 1. Other people tell you when to wake up, where to be, how to dress, and what to do. Other people own at least a third of your time. You waste time in traffic to get to a job where your boss says they appreciate you, but if you drop dead tomorrow, well, you would be replaced before the end of the week. You don't see a reason to push yourself at work, so you work just a little bit more than the bare minimum so you don't draw any attention. Although you're overdue for a promotion, you suck it up because at least you consider it a familiar environment. You are mentally exhausted. You can't wait to get back home, but even there, you feel like life is passing you by. You haven't gotten a good night's sleep in a while. You wake up tired. People tell you you look tired, and you just want to be left alone. Number 2. Everywhere you go, you're part of a crowd. You ride the bus, you sit in class, you fly coach, you involuntarily rub shoulders with other people. You wait in line to get in or buy products. Despite being surrounded by people, you tend to feel alone. You don't talk to your neighbors, maybe just that one lady across from you. You haven't found your people, your squad, or your tribe. You wish you had, but you don't have the energy to put yourself out there or to smile and nod through another boring conversation. You barely talk to your friends or siblings because you feel like not even they get you. Number 3. Time flies by and every day of your life looks just like the rest. This has been going on for over 5 years now. Life feels like a hamster wheel for most of the time. You live for the weekend. Even then, you find yourself at events or gatherings you haven't organized. You're always a +1. The highlight of your day is when you get to pet a dog. You are in a perpetual wheel of monotony, struggle, and temporary boredom. Nothing sticks. Your name is either on your shirt or on the door to your small office. You tell others about things you wish you were doing and how you plan to start something soon, but they've been hearing the same story for years now and you haven't made any progress since. You take comfort in the fact that your friends are also mediocre, and you think that you're doing slightly better than they are. Number 4. You live, at most, in the present, but you can't see the future. It's why your life is so linear and isn't steadily going up. You think your best years are behind you and the best-case scenario life will maintain its current pace. And you're fine with that. You don't really own that much, or at least nothing of value. Most of your income is spent on rent, food, or subscriptions. Whatever extra cash you have available vanishes on small pleasures. You tell yourself you don't need much more. You just can't see a different future for yourself. When you try to, it's more of the same. Number 5. You say you know the recipe, but you don't have time to put in the work. You're the kind of person who says, "I could have done that, but..." You have all the answers, or at least you think you do. You're really good with the theory. You love giving advice, but you're bad at following it. In your mind, you have everything you need to make your dream life a reality. You know what must be done, but now's not the right time. You're the kind of person that confuses education with progress. You think listening to a podcast somehow makes your life better. But it doesn't. It's just another form of entertainment disguised as growth. You secretly wish your life was different. You believe you were destined for more. Upon careful observation, you realize you know what you want from a big picture perspective, but you don't exactly know where to start or what the first few steps should be. You think you've got the recipe, but you lack the ingredients. You never had a mentor or anyone to show you exactly how to gather them and give yourself a fighting chance. If you did, your whole life would have looked radically different. You think it's not too late to do something about this, which is how you ended up consuming this content today. So this is your chance to make that change. Go to Alux.com/app and allow us to become that practical mentor. We will coach you 10 minutes per day and you will see your life steadily go up. 40% of our app users have already achieved their primary goal, and another 45% are closing in. The app works, people. Get the yearly subscription, commit to just 10 minutes per day in the morning, and a year from now, revisit this video and see just how much everything has changed for you. The Alux app is the only app specifically designed to elevate your life based on only the practical knowledge others have used to get ahead in life. Go to Alux.com/app right now. Number 6. You are uncomfortable with difficult conversations. You say you're non-conflictual. You want everyone to get along. You want everyone to like you, even if it comes at your own expense. You like to sweep things under the rug. You'd rather pretend you didn't hear it. You don't stand up for your partner or your friends. Instead, you make it seem like it's their fault. Some of you are still in your current relationship because you don't have the guts to go through the difficult conversation needed to break up. And speaking of relationships, number 7, your partner is just okay and they think the same about you. Both of you feel like you've settled for the other. Both of you think, I could have done better. When you tell them they are everything you wanted out of a partner, you know damn well part of you is lying. The proof is when you go to bed at night. Your mind flies elsewhere. You secretly dream of other people, maybe influencers or people you've interacted with when you were younger. You know who we're talking about because you keep stalking them online. Most of them don't even know you exist, and you wish they did. In your past, you have someone who got away. Your partner is the safe choice, but not the exciting choice. If you had the opportunity to rewind time, you say you would do it differently. You would be bolder. But bold isn't really who you are right now. Number 8. You still live in the city you were born in or nearby. Some of you might have gone to study in the biggest city in your region and decided to put down roots there. Everything around you is familiar and unchanged. The most exciting thing to happen recently is when they added the self-checkout kiosks at your local supermarket. A few years ago, you got a Starbucks. You hang out at the same bar, coffee shop, or fast food corner you've been hanging out at since forever. Everything in your life is repetitive. The same road, the same store, the same food, the same people. Everything is a solid 6 out of 10. Number 9. Your back hurts and you think you should lose about 10 pounds. You don't feel flexible anymore. You remember a time when you used to be, but not anymore. You're making funny noises when you get up. You flex in the mirror and from a certain angle, you tell yourself you still have it. But you don't. The last 5 years have made you 10 years older. The gray hair, the receding hairline or hair loss, the extra weight, the slouch in your posture, and the teeth don't lie. Last week, you got tired climbing a few stairs. You admire people who run, but you've got some problems with your kneecaps, and you've been waiting for them to heal for the past couple of years. You wish that you were 5 to 10 centimeters taller. You think that people would treat you differently if you were taller. Deep down, you keep telling yourself that when the time is right, you'll be super focused on your health, that you'll eat right, you'll go to the gym, and you'll be in top shape. But that time will never come if you don't act right now. Number 10. You say you have potential, but reality doesn't think so. You said you were done learning when you finished high school. You haven't read a full book in the last 12 months. Yet you've rewatched your favorite sitcom at least 3 times. When you were young, you saw yourself as slightly different than others. You thought you were meant for something special, but not in the traditional sense. You chose comfort over risk. You chose the same path. You feel like you lost momentum. For a while, you felt like you were aligned with the world and everything was in tune. You had all of these ideas, you knew more about your passions than everyone else, and you were ready to do something, but you didn't. Now you're a prisoner of life, just floating on a makeshift raft on the river that is time with no control. You've got no paddle. Life is on autopilot, and it is scary. You know someone who did it differently, and they're in a much better position than you are now. They seem happy and full. Now, if there was a way for you to completely reinvent yourself, would you do it? If there was a way where, in just a handful of months, to systematically transform the most important parts of your life, from your career, to your image, to your health, relationships, to where and how you live, would you do it? Everyone on the internal team at Alux has completely reinvented themselves since they started working with us. Their lives are different now than they used to be, almost all exponentially better. Alongside our own, we helped friends and family completely transform their lives, and even those who thought it would be too late to do so. In the process, we devised a unique framework that we're putting together in a premium learning experience called Restart Mastery. A way to reinvent yourself, this time into a version that is true to your potential. This course should go live in the second half of the year, but go to Alux.com/restart right now and join the waiting list. If you do, we'll be sure to send you a discount code and let you know when it goes live. That's Alux.com/restart. Or, nothing can change and life will go back to how it's been for the last few years. Number 11. You find escapism in consumption. You eat away your feelings. You drink away your feelings. You numb your mind with Love is Blind or Too Hot to Handle. You escape your reality by immersing yourself in virtual ones. You escape into video games because there you might actually have a chance at being someone valuable. You follow the lives of celebrities because it makes you feel like you're a part of their entourage and hanging around. You discuss the latest celebrity gossip. You just want to kick back and do nothing. You want to put the world on pause, but in such a way where your mind wouldn't go over everything you still haven't completed or should have done differently. Number 12. You relive old memories over and over in your mind. You go over moments in your life and pretend you would have done things differently if you had the chance. You have imaginary arguments where you're winning. There's a regret somewhere for not finding the right words in the moment or not standing up for yourself. You have a couple of memories that you told yourself you would bury deep. And just by us saying that, they were triggered back into present memory. You know exactly the memories we're talking about. No worries, your secret is safe with us, but you're terrified that if other people found out, your life would be over. Number 13. Your misery is always brought on by others. Or so you say. You're really good at making excuses. It's never your fault. It's always someone else, something else, or a combination of the two. The government is screwing everything up for you. Your boss doesn't see your real value. Your family just doesn't get it. You're late because of traffic, not because you waited until the very last minute to leave your house. You didn't work out today because there's a barbecue happening next weekend and it's best that you start clean after that. You are a victim. The problem with being a perpetual victim is that in your mind, the only way out is by external forces. Someone or something should come in and fix your life for you. And you've been waiting for that for a while, haven't you? Number 14. You've accepted that this is who you are and who you'll ever be. 80% of the population is average. It's a bell curve of everything in life, from health to wealth to status. At the very bottom, you see the lowest 10%, and it scares the hell out of you that you could ever end up like that. At the top, you've got the high 10% who in your eyes are some kind of magical creature that had an unfair advantage and a leg up compared to you. They don't deserve it anyway, so you're stuck in the middle. Like a heartbeat, sometimes doing better than others and sometimes worse. But looking around you, you realize that being average really isn't that bad. It might be boring, but boring can be good if you see it as enough. The worst position to be in is average and unhappy. Because your life is comfortable enough for you to never change, but you're still gonna go through it with this internal voice telling you you haven't done anything that matters. Number 15. You are sufficiently happy. Happiness is a weird term because it's hard to define it when every person has their own definition. You have a hard time remembering the last time you were truly happy, but you're not terribly unhappy either. You're somewhere in between, not exactly in the middle. The more you think about it, you are more happy than you are unhappy. You're sufficiently healthy. Your family is sufficiently healthy. Your job is okay-ish. Your life is okay-ish. And okay-ish is a freaking great position to be in. Why? Because the thing about being average, being somewhere in the middle, is that half the population is doing worse than you are. Sure, you could focus on the half doing better, but don't test the universe, okay? For it will put you in your place real quick. You should be sufficiently happy every day you can because there probably will come a day when life won't be as good as it is right now. So embrace it. Enjoy it as it is today. Be honest with yourself, Aluxer. How many of these did you identify with? Let us know in the comments. We appreciate every single one of you who is willing to be this open and transparent. The first step to making things better is defining where things are now. And as a thank you for watching this video until the very end, of course, there's a bonus waiting. Billions of people dream about your life. At any moment in time, please know there are approximately 2 billion people in the world who, if they were able to trade places with you right now, all of their dreams would have come true. Just think about how blessed you are, even if it doesn't feel like it. There are approximately 3 billion people who do not have access to the internet. Some of them are malnourished, some are sick, some are old. They would trade their life in an instant to be in the position that you are in right now. So here's a powerful thought experiment that we would like you to do. Let's run the simulation. Let's say that you keep on living life like this for the next 40 years or however many you still have left in life. You're in the last few months of your life. It was a pretty mediocre run. Your body hurts, you can barely breathe. Food no longer tastes like food. Someone else is wiping your behind because you can't even sit up on your own. Time is no longer passing, you are simply waiting to die. Your breath stops, it all goes white, and you end up at a crossroad with a figure sitting in the middle. Now this figure gives you 2 options. 1, to move forward into the void, or 2, get a do-over where you come back to the exact moment you're watching this video, but all of your memories of the future get wiped out. What would you do, Aluxer? If you lived a good life, hey, the void might be an enticing option just to see what happens next. But if your life was wasted, how amazing would it be to go back and have another go? Some of you are given this option right now, but because your memories of the future got wiped out, you don't realize it. This is your second chance. This is the opportunity to not settle for mediocrity. If you feel like you're one of the people who got a wake-up call for their second chance, write the word "again" in the comments. Let's see how many of you will live a different life from everyone else. Thanks for spending some time with us today, Aluxer. We're so glad you did. If you found value in today's video, please give us a like, hit that bell icon to never miss an upload, and hey, don't forget to subscribe.